Napoli against Milan, first against second. They're shades of the 87-88 season when Napoli and Milan were neck and neck all season. Milan would go on to end the decade-long Scudetto drought after winning 3-2 at the San Paolo with 3 games to go. That was Hullet, Maradona. I mean, you can't get better than that. I mean, clearly it's not quite the same, but still Napoli against Milan. What do you expect, Matteo?
For the first time in 2022, I'm actually changing my favorite for the Scudetto. I am now going with Napoli. I think that final second goal between Fabian Ruiz against Lazio last weekend has a huge part to play in it. But the biggest positive for Napoli, and the reason why I'm so bullish on them now, is they weathered the storm when they were missing their best defender, Koulibaly, their best midfielder, Fabian Ruiz, their best attacker, Victor Osimhen, for months after that horrible facial fracture, orbital bone fracture in his face. He got COVID. He's been through all sorts, through the ringer. They're all back. The strongest Napoli 11 is back. Fabian is a game changer, one of the best midfielders in Italy. You could say he could become one of the better midfielders in Europe as well. And Milan are still a team that have had to tinker. They've had to deal without Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Giroud's totally fine, but they still have a 40 and a 35-year-old as the two strikers. I think Rafael Leao is key in this game, especially with the way that Napoli's fullbacks like to get forward. That flank with Theo Hernandez making those runs. Rafael Leao is maybe the most dynamic, fun player in the league. That could really be the way that Milan unlocked this Napoli team. But I'm favoring Napoli in this one. I really am, and the Scudetto.
Let's see here. We got a question. I want Osimhen to prove to the world why he was so highly talked about. I think he's already
I don't understand. What is he proving? Because he's got 11 goals and 4 assists this season.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? He's already been there, Christine, right?
Help me help you. What do we need? Like, what do we want him to do?
I think Guzman's point is that, obviously such an amazing, prolific striker. He had an injury that he's just rehabilitated himself from, couldn't go to AFCON, etc. But one of the best strikers in Serie A. Is about proving it, I guess, all the way through. Christine, what do you make of this game? I will start watching football altogether if Napoli win it. Wow, AJ. Wow.
We do have a fiery bunch. I don't know, AJ.
We won't miss you, AJ. Thanks for coming. There's AJ, a lot of other sports.
You're not going to be having a good time. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. Christine, what do you think of this game? Napoli against Milan. It's a big one. First against second. And to Matteo's point, Napoli looking good.
Yes, Napoli look amazing. Insigne seems to be doing the things that he needs to be doing. Fabian Ruiz, Mertens, Zielinski. I think things are good. Things are looking on the up and up for them. I also think that Spalletti manages to get the best out of people. And so I think that maybe it's just the case that in the past he hasn't had the full squad to be able to do what he potentially could do here. Yeah. But Napoli are well overdue. So I think that despite the fact that obviously always Juve, I would be pleased to see Napoli win the Scudetto.
Matteo, do you think that them losing to Barcelona in the Europa League is going to help them? Just having a clearer focus now that Serie A is the most important part.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's always like Italian teams don't truly take the Europa League that seriously, or when they bow out of the competition, the fans aren't that distraught, right? They talk the whole season about, we want to get into European place, and then you do get into that European place, and it doesn't feel like they take it as seriously as I personally would like to, because a trophy like the Europa League for a team like Napoli, you'd think that it would be something that fans would reference and remember for a long time. And I still think that Napoli, if they do win a major trophy this season, obviously the Scudetto, it is something that will give this fan base more joy for a longer period of time than any other fan base in Italy. If Juventus win a Scudetto, it's like, okay, great, we'll do a parade in Turin, we'll take a few photos, we'll post a meme, fino alla fine, everyone's happy.
It'll be 20 minutes long.
And then you move on, and then you complain about something else. Napoli will celebrate the Scudetto longer and harder than any other fan base in Italy. They haven't done this since 1990, and they still talk about those days. I mean, they still have the mural of the guy who was key in that Scudetto all over the town of Naples. So you think that maybe Osimhen is going to be, there's going to be a lock of Fabian Ruiz's hair spinning in one of the restaurants like they have with Maradona. There's going to be all sorts of creepy shrines to the players now, 30 years from now.
Yeah.
But I want to see that. I do want to see that. I really do. I feel like
honestly now I want to be in that party now that you just like went. I'm like, now that I've got this idea in my head, like also like Napoli have like the 4th most supporters in all of Italy. So like the whole place is just going to be like one giant party.
Yeah.
Number one's Juventus, right? Especially in the south of Italy.
Yeah.
I think Juventus, people don't understand family, their friends that are actually Juventus fans. Everyone in the entire country is a Juventus fan, but then you go into Turin and you get to see a lot of Toto fans.
Interesting. I've been to Italy many, many times. Naples is the city that I've been to the most. I echo everything is being said right now. This is, obviously the entire country is, but Naples has football and Calcio in their blood. Like you go everywhere. Maradona is everywhere. Those colors are everywhere. The fact if Napoli wins Scudetto, and obviously, Lorenzo Insigne on his way to MLS to say his goodbye, it would be quite a sight to see. By the way, Milan have only won one of their last 14 Serie A meetings against Napoli. So maybe something has to give, or maybe the statistic trend will continue. Here's a call to action for everybody, and then, Christina, I want you to answer. Is this Napoli's year, or is it Milan's year? Where are you going?
I'm going Napoli. Yep.
Teo?
I think they're going to get done.
I'm going to go with Napoli. I am. And it sucks for Milan because in the last 2 seasons, they've led the league for half a season, then they drop off. They always have that one stretch for 4 or 5 months, and then they can't keep that form throughout. But it's going to be decided on the final match day. This is going to be the first season, and I don't even remember how long, where the Scudetto will be decided on the final match day. We will not have had this kind of drama in more than a decade.
Yeah. Christine, who needs it more, though? Napoli or Milan?
Napoli. I think Napoli need it more. I mean, Milan have, 11 Scudetto wins, and more recently
7 Champions League victories as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about those.
Which count, if you listen to Adriano Galliani, 1 Champions League victory counts as 30 Scudetti. Adriano Galliani. I'm just saying, I'm just reminding everyone that technically then, what is that, 7 times?
Now that we've
30,
got, now that we've got
Scudetti.
the conversion rate down, locked and loaded.
210 Scudetti.
Definitely. I think Napoli, and I think that they can do it. I think that Spalletti in the past, him being able to drag his teams, whether fully successful or whatever, if you think otherwise, I think he's a great manager. I just think that he hasn't always had all of the proper tools to get the job done. So
that's a good point from AJ, though, because I think Luciano Spalletti is one of the best Italian managers of this generation. But this is the one thing he's missing. He's missing that Scudetto. And if he does it in Napoli, it will elevate him to a higher tier in terms of the managers that you remember even after they retire. I think that's the one thing he needs, but to do it at Napoli counts so much more, in my opinion, for a manager. They reach this hero cult status that they wouldn't have if you just went to Juventus and you won the 10th in a row or whatever.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I just think that, I don't know. Now I want it even more for him because I think I just placed it contextually as like, for Spalletti specifically, right? And he's done amazing things. Like Roma is okay. He had Zenit, second place group stage Champions League. What else? He had Totti Roma, but they didn't go very far. And then Inter, 2017, he got them back into the Champions League after a 6-year drought. Like, I think that he has all of the qualifications to be that guy. I would just like to finally see him be that guy.
Yeah,
Christine,
absolutely. He helped Empoli with promotion. He's done things. Obviously, he did it with Zenit as well. He's won Coach of the Year twice. He's won Coppa Italia twice as well. It's just this coveted trophy right now, Scudetto. So it's a good point in order, that Matteo says, in order to really get to that next level, winning this is the ultimate thing. Any final thoughts on this game before we move on? See, it's all quiet because we've all done it. We've taken care of business for you. Milan against Napoli, Sunday, 2:45 Eastern, Paramount Plus, with all these guys. By the way, Jimmy Conrad's going to be in the studio as well. He was showing off in our weekend preview, and I was like, yeah, Jimmy, I know. They flew Jimmy all the way to Stanford, and I'm only 45 minutes away. Make that of what you will, everybody. But anyway,
he was zooming us from a very fancy executive lounge in the airport. So I have a feeling Jimmy's not traveling in economy either.
No, see, this just makes
right now he's in a lie flat bed, enjoying some sort of grown-up beverage.